Today, we celebrate Shohei Ohtani for reaching his 300th career MLB home run and analyze the path that lies ahead for him. We will also share our predictions for the future of Roki Sasaki. Let's talk about Shohei Ohtani. On July 8, Japan time, Shohei Ohtani of the Los Angeles Dodgers played as the leadoff hitter and designated hitter in a home game against the Colorado Rockies. In his first at-bat of the game, he hit a leadoff home run, his 20th of the season and his second in 2 games, to become the first Japanese player in history to reach 300 career MLB home runs. The ball was a line drive hit into the left center field stands, exactly the type of trajectory I have been discussing on this program. It was a spectacular hit. With his power, even a line drive like that has the capability to clear the fence. By setting up at the plate without excess tension and taking swings that are also free of unnecessary force, he has improved his contact rate. This has allowed him to recover from a long-term slump and consistently showcase his hits, extra base hits, and home runs as he is doing now. This season, Shohei Ohtani has been playing as a two-way player since opening day. His performance as a pitcher early on was so impressive that it made us think he had a real chance of winning the Cy Young Award. However, he has been giving up more runs lately, and with issues like inflammation in his knee, his pitching performance has slightly declined. That said, I still believe he is in a position to contend for the Cy Young Award, and I hope he continues to showcase stable pitching in his future appearances. Regarding his batting, due to the influence of his long-term hitting slump, I believe his home run count is lower compared to previous years. Even so, he has already recorded 20 home runs. With plenty of games left in the first half of the season, I am looking forward to seeing his total home run count before the break. If possible, I would like to see him reach 25 home runs before the mid-season mark. If he can do that, and hit another 25 in the second half, he will record his third consecutive 50 home run season, which would solidify his status as a new unicorn legend. As I mentioned earlier, Shohei Ohtani has been playing as a two-way player since the start of the season, which puts a greater physical burden on his body than in previous years. While fans may wish for him to win titles in both pitching and hitting, thinking realistically, pursuing both can lead to overexertion, and overexertion can lead to serious injury. My hope for his mindset is simply for him to continue demonstrating the best performance he can currently provide in both roles. If he focuses on winning titles, it could lead to hard work that might result in injury. My hope is that he focuses on how to approach each game as a pitcher and a hitter, and on what kind of performance he can display. If, as a result, he ends up winning a title, that would be ideal. I believe he is capable of winning the Cy Young Award and hitting 50 home runs for 3 consecutive years, but achieving both simultaneously is an incredibly difficult feat. Given that he is currently dealing with a left knee injury, rather than asking for titles in both pitching and hitting, I only wish for him to show us his unique and spectacular performance in both roles every time he takes the field. If he can sustain good results, that will naturally lead to winning titles. Recovering completely from his long-term batting slump to rack up home runs, reach 20 home runs for the season, and achieve his 300th MLB home run is a source of pride for Japan. I pay my heartfelt respects to the true unicorn. He is the 170th player in history to reach 300 career home runs. Reaching this milestone in 1,102 games as a hitter makes him the 5th fastest in history to achieve this record. He achieved his 300th home run at high speed as a hitter while also playing as a two-way player. I believe this is a truly historic feat. Shohei Ohtani really is a unicorn. Now, let's talk about Roki Sasaki. This season, Roki Sasaki entered the starting rotation from the beginning. Although he struggled initially, he began to showcase his inherent pitching sense and put on great performances, starting with the game against the Los Angeles Angels in Anaheim. He put on excellent pitching displays in 4 games, against the Angels, Brewers, Phillies, and the Angels again. However, in his subsequent appearances against the Chicago White Sox, the Baltimore Orioles, and 2 games against the San Diego Padres he was picked up by opposing lineups and failed to produce good results. He lived up to expectations in 4 games, but has been hit hard in the 4 games since. His challenges lie in his control, the number of pitch types he uses, and above all, the strong mental desire to overpower his opponents. Roki Sasaki has a very serious personality. As a pitcher, there is no selfish behavior on the mound whatsoever. He is gentlemanly, and sometimes even seems a bit too quiet. While it is not good to be overly emotional, as long as he is entrusted with the role of a starting pitcher on the mound, I strongly feel that he needs to show a stronger desire to overpower the opposing lineup. Although he still has challenges, the pitches he throws are magnificent. What he lacks right now is that strong mindset. As a starting pitcher, I want him to act more selfishly and show a more aggressive attitude on the mound. Regarding his control and the issue of pitch variety. As for his control, because the seams of the official MLB ball are lower than those in Japan, Roki Sasaki struggled significantly with command from the start of the season. However, as I mentioned, I believe his fingertips have finally gotten used to the lower seams of the MLB ball since that game against the Angels in Anaheim. He is now able to get his fingers properly on the seams, allowing him to throw pitches with good spin. However, there is still work to be done regarding his control. Unlike Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he isn't hitting his spots exactly as intended, which is why there are times when he misses, or throws pitches into the wrong zones, only for opposing batters to capitalize on those mistakes. Eliminating these mistakes is a challenge for Roki Sasaki moving forward. It is an urgent task for him to develop the control to hit his spots consistently, whether it's a fastball or an off-speed pitch. Furthermore, there is the problem of having few pitch types. Currently, Roki Sasaki basically has only 2 types of pitches, fastballs and breaking pitches that drop. His breaking pitches include the splitter, forkball, and slider, but Roki Sasaki's slider also has vertical movement and drops downward. As a result, batters perceive the slider as another dropping pitch, just like the splitter or forkball. This means that for the batter, it becomes a 2-choice situation between a fastball and a dropping ball, making it easier for them to narrow down their target pitch. There is talk that the San Diego Padres lineup may have figured out the tell or habit in Roki Sasaki's delivery, but regardless of that, the lack of pitch variety gives the batter an advantage. When there are only 2 options, the batter just needs to aim for one, making it difficult to keep the opposing lineup in check. To strategize against the current Roki Sasaki, a batter can simply think about swinging at the timing of the fastball, giving them a 50% chance of getting a hit. By narrowing their focus strictly to the fastball and ignoring the breaking pitches, they can catch up to his delivery. Since Roki Sasaki basically uses 2 types of pitches, if the batter waits for the fastball and times their swing to it, that fastball will eventually come, and when it does, they just need to take a full swing. I feel that this is likely how the Padres successfully countered him. His habits might have been known, but above all, the small number of pitch types is the issue. On this program, I have repeatedly suggested that Roki Sasaki should learn a cutter and a sinker. It is fair to say that he has no pitches with horizontal movement. Additionally, if Roki Sasaki repeatedly tries to throw pitches that break horizontally by twisting his wrist, it will negatively affect his greatest weapon, his fastball. During his time with the Cibolati Marines, he used the slider frequently, and during that period, his average fastball velocity dropped. After moving to the Los Angeles Dodgers last season, his velocity didn't return during the season, and he had to make adjustments in the minor leagues to regain speed close to his previous levels. Therefore, he should not be throwing sweepers like Shohei Ohtani. What he needs is a cutter or a sinker, which can provide small horizontal movement. I am convinced that mastering these 2 pitch types will lead to further evolution for Roki Sasaki. I want him to work hard every day to improve his control and increase his pitch repertoire. And above all, I want him to express his strong desire on the mound. I look forward to seeing Roki Sasaki continue his journey with strength as his primary weapon. That is all for today. Thank you very much.